Good Morning America.
Democrats refusing to fund the Department of Homeland Security unless Republicans agree to major changes.
ICE needs to be dramatically reformed. Period. Full stop.
As 2 ICE agents are now under federal criminal investigation over whether they lied about a shooting in Minneapolis.
Collision at sea. The moment of impact between a U.S. Navy destroyer and a supply ship. Damage assessments now going on, plus Secretary of State Rubio's reassuring words to European leaders as the Munich Security Conference gets underway.
Au pair's sentence. A judge handing down the punishment to the woman who pleaded guilty for her role in a disturbing double murder plot.
You do not deserve anything other than incarceration and a life of reflection on what you have done to the victim and this family.
What she told the court.
Spring break travel deals. Time to plan that next getaway, the popular destinations this year, and the best time to book.
Basketball battles, the NCAA matchups as the women's game is set to make history on this Valentine's Day. The athletes going for gold and hoping to find love along the way. Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good Morning America.
And good morning, America. Happy Saturday, everybody, and happy Valentine's Day out there. Yes, we do have a busy weekend ahead as we track another big storm system moving through, this one threatening to sweep across the south with torrential rain and thunderstorms, the timing and the track coming up.
Yes, plus the latest government shutdown, this one focusing on the Department of Homeland Security and President Trump's immigration crackdown. We'll break down what it means for you in just a moment.
But we are going to begin here with the breaking news overnight in the search for Nancy Guthrie.
Let's bring in ABC News contributor and former FBI agent Brad Garrett. Brad, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. So we know that there was this flurry of law enforcement activity overnight, but not a lot made public just yet. What do you make of what we know about last night's operation?
So it strikes me that these are two things. They're either tips that have come in, or in reference to the car, did it get picked up on a license plate reader? Did it get picked up on somebody's camera or CCTV? Who knows? But the point being, they must have felt in reference to the car that it had some relevance to, or potential relevance to what has happened. Now, we'll see if that really amounts to anything. The search of the residence, I think people got really excited, and rightly so. I guess I've done this too long. This pretty routine. Again, probably a tip about something in reference to that house. May not be even directly that the suspect lived there or anything like that, but it has a link to this case. And so they carried it out and then they left. So fairly common behavior in this type of case.
And so, Brad, the DNA that authorities are now analyzing, what will they be looking for?
Well, think about the amount of DNA that's in your house, my house, etc. Workers that were there 6 months ago may have left DNA. But having said that, if they have found DNA that doesn't match any of the regulars, landscapers, family members, etc., into Nancy's house, it puts it in the category of it could be something. If you go to the gloves that they found, now granted, people drop gloves all the time, but what will be important is if a glove DNA matches the DNA they've pulled out of Nancy's house, then they may be onto something. Now, that's assuming that that DNA is in some sort of database that you can actually check it against.
Brad, in Aaron's report, we saw that specific backpack that's sold at Walmart. How could that detail really help people here?
Well, I'm sure Walmart, who cooperates with law enforcement every day, gave them a list of people that have purchased those backpacks. Now, keep in mind, Gio, that if you or I walk into a store and pay cash, we might be on their surveillance camera, but there wouldn't be any paper trail like we charge typically. So that's one aspect. What's the volume of sales of that backpack, and how far do you expand this out? So my guess is they've gone a fair distance outside, maybe Tucson, the obvious stores, if there's more than one in Tucson, to see where the leads go. This is a great example of what minutia you get into in these cases and how time-consuming it would be just to potentially run down the backpack.
And Brad, as we noted there, we're almost at the 2-week mark now. How does an investigation like this change as time passes?
Well, I mean, obviously the big concern is Nancy's well-being. But, you know, it's a two-track investigation, obviously. Finding her is number one. But number two is you have so many leads in this case, Whit. I don't know that I see anything else dynamically changing. They're going to keep at all of these leads and see if they intersect someplace. In other words, let's just say that the car that they stopped has some relevance in this case, but they don't know what relevance. They get another piece of evidence that then plugs the car into it. So it's almost like a chessboard. And can you concentrate and push the evidence together some way that then points you towards an individual and perhaps a location?
Still so many questions. Brad Garrett, thank you for being with us. All right, well, now we're going to turn to the partial government shutdown that went into effect at the stroke of midnight. The focus of this one, funding for the Department of Homeland Security. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is in Washington with the latest. Good morning, Selena.
Yeah, good morning to you, Janae. So once again, we are in a partial government shutdown with lawmakers leaving for the weekend with no deal in sight. But this time, the fight is all about immigration enforcement. This morning, the Department of Homeland Security shut down, Democrats refusing to fund the agency unless Republicans agree to major changes to immigration operations after weeks of unrest in Minneapolis.
ICE needs to be dramatically reformed. Period. Full stop.
The showdown escalating as 2 ICE agents are now on administrative leave under federal criminal investigation over whether they lied about a shooting in Minneapolis. That incident happening just 1 week after the fatal ICE shooting of Renee Good. An ICE agent had shot and wounded a Venezuelan national. At the time, DHS accused the man of ambushing an agent and fleeing to a nearby home as they carried out a targeted traffic stop. But an FBI affidavit now casting doubt, suggesting the man wasn't even in the car that was stopped. In this harrowing video, you can hear children crying as a woman tells the 911 dispatcher in Spanish the agents followed a man home and shot him in the leg when they tried to close the door. Democrats demanding reforms, including banning ICE agents from wearing masks, requiring body cameras, and mandating warrants signed by a judge before making arrests. But Republicans pushing back.
We always have to protect our law enforcement. It's very important. They've done a great job.
So what actually changes here? Because TSA agents, FEMA crews, as well as the Coast Guard, they will keep on working even if they're not getting paid. But guys, if this drags on for several weeks, that's when you could start to feel it with potential disruptions to travel and even to disaster relief. ICE, though, Gio, they will continue operating. They've got all of the funds that they need after a $75 billion boost from President Trump's mega bill.
All right, Selena Wang, thank you for your reporting. We're going to turn now to that Navy ship collision. New video this morning showing a destroyer colliding with a refueling ship in the Caribbean. And ABC's Alex Brachet has the latest on this story. Alex, good morning.
Good morning, Gio. And this all played out on camera. You can hear the panic in the voices of the crew on board as these 2 Navy ships smashed into each other.
This morning, new video shows the moment 2 U.S. Navy ships appear to collide in the Caribbean. The videos, believed to be recorded by crew members on board and circulated on social media, show the instant the USS Truxtun, a destroyer ship, and a military supply ship crashed into each other during a replenishment operation Wednesday afternoon. Listen as the warning horn blasts. A moment later, there were 2 minor injuries, according to U.S. Southern Command. Both vessels are now undergoing a damage assessment to see if they can proceed with their deployments, part of a months-long U.S. military buildup in the region to go after drug cartels. This as U.S. Southern Command announces a new airstrike against an alleged drug smuggling boat in the Caribbean, killing 3 aboard, the 39th strike since September 2nd. And now a key piece of that military operation is back on the move. The USS Gerald Ford Carrier Strike Group, which includes the largest aircraft carrier in the world, is expected to leave for the Middle East, where it will join another carrier strike group already in place.
And this appears to be a follow-through from President Trump. Earlier this week, he said he'd consider sending a second carrier to the Middle East if talks with Iran about its nuclear program did not succeed. Gio?
Okay, so a lot to follow there. And Alex, world leaders and senior officials are gathering right now at the Munich Security Conference.
That's right, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio just wrapped up his message of reassurance to Western allies. Rubio pushed them to adopt tougher right-wing policies on mass migration and urged more spending on defense. But this was a much more moderate and even conciliatory version of a speech given last year by Vice President J.D. Vance. Rubio expects to meet with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Rubio saying that the issues to end the war against Ukraine have narrowed, but the remaining ones are the hardest. Wait.
All right, Alex Brochet for us. We turn now to a flight from Turkey to Manchester, England, diverted to Brussels after a brawl between passengers. Passengers, you can see here, scuffling in the aisles. This happened on Thursday when the plane was in the air. When the plane landed, 2 people were escorted off by police. The airline, Jet2, called the passengers' behavior appalling and banned them from flying Jet2 ever again. The airline apologizing to the other passengers. Janae?
All right, now to the sentencing of a Brazilian au pair for her part in a double murder in Virginia. ABC's Morgan Norwood is here with the details. This has been a wild story. Morgan, good morning.
Good morning to you. Such a disturbing case. So a deadly affair, a secret online lure, and a suburban bedroom turned crime scene. The former au pair at the center of that double murder plot, facing a judge and the victims' families, even sobbing through an apology. But it was the judge's unsparing words that ultimately sealed her fate.
This morning, the young au pair who pleaded guilty for her role in a disturbing double murder plot, learning her fate.
You do not deserve anything other than incarceration and a life of reflection on what you have done to the victim and this family. May it weigh heavily on your soul.
A Virginia judge delivering the maximum 10 years in prison to Juliana Perez Magalhaes for her role in the 2023 killings of Joseph Ryan and her former boss's wife, Christine Banfield. Magalhaes sobbing through her apology.
I know that my remorse cannot bring you peace. I hope you might someday understand that I truly did not believe that his plan would have actually happened.
During the trial, the 22-year-old Brazilian national became the prosecution's star witness, testifying her lover Brendan Banfield was the mastermind.
Did he tell you what he wanted to do?
Yes.
What did he say?
He mentioned his plan to get rid of her.
Prosecutors say the pair catfished an unsuspecting Joseph Ryan on a sex fetish website, luring him to the family home in February of 2023, where they allege Banfield killed them both, then staged the scene to make it look like he interrupted Ryan attacking his wife. But during sentencing, the judge made clear that Magalhaes wasn't just a bystander.
You were texting and speaking directly with Joseph Ryan, encouraging him to bring the knife, and ultimately through the phone conversation, getting his consent, knowing all along you were bringing him to his death.
Ryan's mother also tearfully addressing the court, saying she still greets her son's urn by the Christmas tree.
I say good morning to him each day when I turn on the tree's lights. But of course, that's not Joe sitting there. He can't say, I love you back.
And Christine Banfield's relatives were also there for that sentencing hearing. Brendan Banfield set to be sentenced in May.
Boy, what a case. All right, Morgan Norwood, thank you so much. And this morning, the number of measles cases reported in the United States has surpassed 900. That's according to the CDC. And that number is expected to go even higher. That's 5 times higher than the average number of measles infections seen in a normal year. Measles was considered eliminated in the U.S. back in 2000, but that status is now under threat. Health officials continue to urge people to make sure their vaccines are up to date.
All right, now to the Winter Games in Italy. A huge disappointment for U.S. figure skater Ilia Malinin. ABC's Maggie Rulli is there in Italy with the latest on everything. And this was really a shocker, Maggie.
Yeah, hey, Whit, good morning. This was an absolute shock last night for Ilia. The U.S. superstar favored to win gold failed to even make the podium. Guys, after the skate, we just saw him holding his head in his hands. He said he also was shocked. But we have to remember, Ilia is just 21 years old. And as he told us, this is only his beginning.
Overnight, a shocking loss for Team USA's Ilya Malinin, the 21-year-old figure skater failing to reach the podium in the men's free skate final on Friday. The heavy favorite stumbling through his routine with several uncharacteristic missteps, falling not once, but twice. Malinin landing in 8th place. The expectations were through the roof for Malinin's Olympic debut after he proclaimed himself the quad god in 2022, when he became the first and still only skater to land a quadruple axel in competition. And after successfully landing a backflip in his short program to clinch gold in the team competition earlier this week, Malinin seemed poised to take the top prize again Friday, but telling reporters after his skate he thinks it was a mental issue, saying the pressure from all the media attention was too much to handle. In a surprise upset, Kazakhstan winning gold, Japan taking home silver and bronze. In women's hockey, Team USA dominating Italy in their hometown in the championship quarterfinal. USA's 6-0 win, their 4th shutout in a row, now just 2 wins away from their first Olympic gold since 2018.
All right, guys, I put on my Team USA cheer gear because after a slow day yesterday, we now have a huge start to the day today. We just saw U.S. women's moguls team pick up a silver and bronze in the duals moguls event, a first in this Olympics for them. This was absolute electric energy. Yes, I wore these. Yes, I was cheering. We also have a big storyline here from Brazil. They just picked up their gold medal in the men's downhill slalom race, and this was their first Winter Olympic medal ever. So we have a lot to celebrate today, guys.
Well, we love your Team USA cheer.
Yeah.
They need Maggie's energy.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
Maggie, save some of those face things for me. I'm headed to Italy today, so I need some of those.
I'll leave some for you, Janae.
Okay, thank you, Maggie. All right, still ahead here, why the Justice Department is suing Harvard University.
Also ahead, spring break travel deals. A travel specialist joining us with some great options for escaping the winter blues.
And we check in with a couple who got married here on GMA on Valentine's Day last year as they release a song about it.
Oh, yeah. I have not broken your heart. You have broken it. And in breaking it, you've broken mine.
And welcome back to GMA. That's a look at Wuthering Heights. The provocative romantic drama rolls into theaters right on time for Valentine's Day. The film, starring Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie, already projected to win over hearts at the box office. So many people talking about it. Estimates from The Hollywood Reporter show that the movie could earn $50 million in its opening
I feel
weekend.
like this movie has already blown up my Instagram.
Right?
There's, stuff everywhere
Yes,
coming out.
lots of people talking about it. All right, here's a look at some of the other big stories that we're following on this Saturday morning. The Trump administration is suing Harvard, accusing the Ivy League school of withholding admissions data. The Department of Justice says it needs the information to determine whether Harvard has stopped using affirmative actions in admissions. The university maintains it is in compliance with the law and the Supreme Court's ruling barring the use of race in admissions.
Star BYU receiver Parker Kingston has been granted bail by a Utah judge. The 21-year-old has been charged with rape. A woman reporting the alleged incident to authorities nearly a year ago. Kingston will be required to wear an ankle monitor and stay away from the alleged victim.
Wendy's is closing several hundred restaurants across the U.S. That's after a weaker than expected fourth quarter. The company says it's expected to close about 300 locations in the first half of this year. Wendy's also plans to emphasize value as it tries to win back inflation-weary customers.
All right, we start this half hour with ABC set for a trio of no love lost college basketball rivalry games this Valentine's Day, with a men's doubleheader this afternoon capped off by South Carolina versus LSU in a primetime women's matchup. First up, the men's matchup, and Andrew Dimbert is here with the preview. A lot of good TV to look forward to, Andrew.
The calendar says February, but right now it is starting to feel like March in college hoops. Today's Saturday slate is packed with ranked matchups that could shape the tournament field, starting in the ACC, where 20th ranked Clemson heads to Cameroon indoor to face the number 4 Duke Blue Devils. In the Big 12, it's a heavyweight rematch as number 9 Kansas, the Jayhawks, visit number 5 Iowa State Cyclones. In the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats take on number 14 Florida Gators. To the Big 10 in a key match matchup with number 13 Purdue visiting the Iowa Hawkeyes. Both teams are probably in the big dance, but this could be about seeding here. And the nightcap takes us out west. Number 16, Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, taking on the number 1 team in all the land, the Arizona Wildcats. With conference races tightening and tournament stakes now on the line, it's never too early to start eyeing your brackets. Arizona is going to be a very trendy pick, I think.
Yeah, all right. Well, we will be watching, as you said, it's starting to feel like March. It's getting closer. Thank you, Andrew. And joining us from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, with more on a historic women's matchup today is ESPN reporter and play-by-play commentator Holly Rowe. Holly, good morning to you. It's great to have you. So we were talking about LSU versus South Carolina. This is the first women's college basketball game being played in prime time on ABC. You'll be calling it. Talk to us about the growth of the game.
Well, first and foremost, I'm really proud of ABC. They continue to put women on a free platform so people can see it. We have been part of the softball game that was on ABC for the first time in history, and softball went on to outrate the men in the College World Series. And now basketball is on this stage. We've seen the women's Final Four outrate the men's Final Four. So for this to be in prime time on a Saturday night, this is historic and it's accessible. People will want to watch this, and we're going to expect monster ratings. It's really cool.
Holly, we're proud of ABC too. The matchup between LSU and South Carolina is a storied rivalry. What can fans expect to see?
There are so many layers to this game tonight. I'll start with the basketball. You have two of the top scoring offenses in the country. They are dynamic and explosive, but they're also very good defensively. Then you have some of the most dynamic players. For LSU, Flau'jae Johnson is one of the most famous people in basketball. She's not only a great player and the leading scorer, but she is an up-and-coming rapper and really one of the best in the game. If you haven't listened to her music, you need to download it now. Ain't My Fault is my favorite song of hers, but she will lead LSU today. On the other side, Joyce Edwards is a legitimate Player of the Year candidate for South Carolina, 20 points per game. And then you've got the coaching styles of Kim Mulkey and Dawn Staley. But wait, there's even more. There's a little drama to this year's matchup because the best player from Columbia, South Carolina, that had grown up a Gamecock fan and signed with South Carolina in the last 2 years, Mylasia Fulwiley, she transferred to LSU in the offseason. So we've got drama for everybody, every kind of level of drama you want.
Excellent. We're looking forward to it, all the drama, and you'll be calling it Holly Rowe. It's so great to have you with us this morning. We appreciate it. Of course, you can catch a full day of NCAA basketball starting at 1 p.m. Eastern right here on ABC.
Absolutely. A lot to watch there.
Still coming up here on Good Morning America, the look ahead to warmer weather and spring break, the vacation spots to hit and save.
Now that's what I'm talking about. And welcome back. With this brutal winter, many of us are already eager to plan our spring break getaways. So Katie Nastro from Going is here with this year's travel trends and some tips on how to save. Katie, it's always great to have you.
Always
we always
fun
start
to be here.
peppering you with questions before the segment even begins,
That's
right?
what I'm here for. Come on,
exactly.
give them to me.
So we're in this planning mode now. What are the trends we should be looking for?
Yeah, so obviously we are seeing that people are not just looking for warmer getaways right now because we've had such a bad winter, but also they're looking to spend time outdoors. So no surprise, the Hawaiian Islands are trending. Honolulu is the most searched Hawaiian airport, or U.S. domestic airport this year for March spring break, as well as we're also seeing some trending destinations that give you easy access. So I call this soft and hard nature getaways. So soft meaning you have the downtown experience, but then you can walk to maybe a beautiful hike like Palm Springs. You can be in the San Jacinto Mountains right from downtown. You can actually walk to the hike. Or maybe if you want something a little bit more hardcore, you can go to Kalispell in Montana. Such a cute little mountain town, but then you're nearby Glacier National Mountain Park, which is so stunning, but it's a little bit more hardcore than just taking a walk. So you want to spend time there, as well as coastal cities like Savannah, always great before the humidity sets in March.
Yes.
Yep. As well as we're seeing the west coast of Florida is trending. So think Fort Myers, Punta Gorda, Sarasota versus some of the other destinations in Florida this year.
Okay, so what are your tips for booking a trip without breaking the bank? Because that's the thing.
That is the thing. We want to have some savings here. So our biggest tip over at Going is swim against the current. You know, those obvious beach getaways, they're going to be popular, but they're also maybe a little bit pricey, especially if you're looking last minute. So you want to make sure that you're looking outside of those. You know, think of temperate cities like a Charleston or an Austin. Or internationally, maybe go outside of Mexico, look at Latin America, as well as looking outside of the Caribbean, maybe even taking that one big trip this year during March and April. If you had Tokyo on the bucket list, we're seeing some prices for premium economy in March and April from the West Coast, as much as some people pay for economy tickets in the height of summer.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, you know, a little comfort and affordability during this time period can go a long way.
Like that.
And then also accommodations. You know, a lot of people are considering an Airbnb with the family. Always cross-check to another platform like a VRBO, but then take it one step further. If you see a management company on the listing, type that into Google, see if you can contact them directly, see if they'll pass some of the savings on to you, because you're going off platform. So, you know, you might be able to save a little bit
And it's
that way.
always so interesting because a lot of those less traveled places end up becoming super popular. Remember, nobody was talking about Croatia. Now everybody's talking about Croatia. So it's a really good idea.
It is.
Okay, any deals?
Of course,
You found
we've
some?
got the deals. Come on now. So for March and April, you can experience one of those hard nature getaways by going from Salt Lake City out to Calgary. You can explore Banff, Lake Louise for only $250 round trip before those summer prices come into play.
Wow.
Or you can go catch the back half of the Winter Games. You can go from Houston to Milan for $492 round trip. Or this is my favorite one, New York to Kauai.
Yes.
My favorite one. Yeah, why not? This is actually, so $426 round trip, but this is actually lining up with the New York Public Schools spring break dates, which is fantastic. You know, Hawaii is an expensive on the ground destination.
Yeah.
It can be. Save on your airfare. Take a trip in March and April. Consider
And that's with the major airline.
Exactly. Yes, definitely. As well as if you're looking at that one big trip, LA to Cebu, Philippines for $579, which is
amazing.
all over 50% off.
All right, Katie,
Dropping
delivering the
jaws.
goods.
I mean, come on now. Come on now.
Katie, good to see you.
Thank
Going.com, we appreciate it. The athletes at the Winter Games in the market for medals and more. How about some romance? ABC's Maggie Rulli joins us again with a few love stories this Valentine's Day. Hey, Maggie.
Hey, Gio, that's right, because we're also celebrating here in Italy. You know, it turns out Olympians, they're just like us, and they're also looking for a little love.
This Valentine's Day, Olympians are chasing gold and love. Snowboarder Jake Pates became the most eligible bachelor in the Olympic Village after a post of his looking for love went viral.
I'm trying to stay focused, but at the same time, you know, let the ladies know I'm single.
Jake's going for a medal, but come the 14th, he's hoping for a date.
We are here to ask you your Hinge profile question. I go crazy for
Hugs from my mom.
the way to win me over is
Marvel movie and popcorn.
my most irrational fear.
My most irrational fear is, oh God, I don't know if you want to know that.
Sophia Kirby on Team USA Luge responding, because at the Olympics, anything can happen. Women's hockey captain Hillary Knight and speed skater Brittany Bowe met at the Beijing Games and have been dating ever since.
What's it like being part of an Olympic power couple?
I think we understand and we have a healthy understanding of kind of what one another does. And we're also really competitive ourselves. So we get some spicy pickleball games going.
And of course, the champions.
Madison Chalk and Evan Bates have been skating as an ice dancing pair for 14 years and have 2 gold medals. They got married in 2024.
When did you guys first meet?
We actually competed against each other.
Yeah, we competed against each other.
With different partners.
And became friends first.
And then I moved to her rink. Maddie was trying out with a couple of different guys. I threw my hat into the ring. I just remember so vividly. She came up to me and she was like, I want to skate with you. And it was the best moment of my life. It was July 1st, 2011.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just been the best journey.
Was it slightly nerve-wracking to take that leap from friendship to romance when
Yes.
we're so intertwined?
We obviously fell in love with each other, but through that, we also fell in love with skating even more.
Couple goals turning into couple gold.
Well, guys, Madison and Evan have won a gold and silver in these Winter Olympics. Hillary and the rest of the women's hockey team are heading to the semifinals. And as for Jake, well, last we heard he is still single. He's still free tonight. So everyone out there, if you like what you saw, here's your chance.
Let me tell you, Maggie, you have sold them.
Yeah,
you really
that's
sold
right.
them to the American public.
She said tonight. Put a timestamp on it.
Oh, thank you, Maggie. We love that story.
Yeah.
That brought us smiles.
Play of the day, and love is in the air in Dearborn, Michigan. Check out Dearborn Peace Park West, decorated in Valentine's Day themed lights and installations. The romantic makeover, a perfect backdrop for a wedding proposal or maybe just a stroll with that special someone.
How beautiful.
It is. Certainly enough to set our hearts aglow.
It's like a little, Clark W. Griswold Christmas lights with all the
boy.
Valentine's Day
Right.
flair,
Mhm.
right? No?
Mhm.
There's still time for Christmas vacation references.
There certainly is.
Yes. All right. We got a lot more coming up in our second hour on GMA. You can meet the woman behind the return of the Orange Blossom Classic, how Kendra Bullock became the first black woman to own an HBCU sports property.
Plus, we've got a sneak peek of the new Disney toys that are debuting this weekend at the country's biggest toy fair.
And 1 year ago today, this couple celebrated Valentine's Day by getting married on GMA. Now they're about to release a song about it.
Love this.
Good morning, America.
We're honoring Black History Month and the woman behind the return of the Orange Blossom Classic.
This is not the original classic, it's the revival, and now there's something new for all generations.
Her mission to bring back the beloved HBCU football event, how it's raised thousands in scholarship dollars for students.
It's Valentine's Day, and who better to celebrate with than the couple who got married on GMA exactly 1 year ago.
And now, by the power vested in me by the state of New York, and Good Morning America.
What the pair is saying about their on-air nuptials and how they're commemorating that special day now with an original song.
And we're revealing some of the hottest new Disney toys, debuting at this weekend's giant toy fair, featuring the characters from some of this year's most anticipated shows and movies. As we say, good morning, America. It's Saturday morning. This is GMA.
Oh, and we do say good morning, America, on this Valentine's Day. Good to see you. And of course, we're going to check in with that couple. I remember being there. I was a guest. I was a guest at their wedding. They said I do.
Yes.
A witness. Right here on GMA on Valentine's Day last year. How they're celebrating their anniversary this year in a very special way.
That is such an incredible story. Plus, we have a look at a woman breathing new life into a tradition at HBCUs, the comeback that's putting a spotlight on excellence and scholarship.
More on that ahead.
Turn now to the partial government shutdown that went into effect at the stroke of midnight. The focus of this one, funding for the Department of Homeland Security. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is in Washington with the latest. Good morning again, Selena.
Hey, Janae, good morning again. I mean, the government is once again partially shut down. Lawmakers leaving town for the weekend with no deal in sight. But Janae, this time, the fight is all about immigration enforcement. Democrats are refusing to fund the Department of Homeland Security unless Republicans agree to major changes to ICE after weeks of unrest in Minneapolis. The showdown is now escalating with 2 ICE agents on administrative leave. They're under federal criminal investigation over whether they lied about a shooting in Minneapolis. That incident happening just 1 week after the fatal ICE shooting of Renee Good. So when it comes to this issue, Democrats believe they've got the public on their side in demanding reforms that include banning ICE agents from wearing masks, requiring body cameras, and mandating warrants signed by a judge before making arrests. So when it comes to this shutdown, though, what actually changes? TSA agents, FEMA crews, and the Coast Guard, they'll all keep working even if they're not getting paid. But if this drags on for weeks, that's when you could start to feel it with potential disruptions to flights and even disaster relief. ICE, though, Gio, they do continue operations. They already have all the money they need after receiving a massive $75 billion boost from President Trump's mega bill.
A massive boost indeed. All right, Selena Wang, thank you so much. And this morning, some economic good news with inflation rising less than expected in January. And there are some solid silver linings here. And ABC's Olivia Rubin joins us now with all of this. Hey, Olivia, what are you seeing?
Gio, good morning. As you say, there's good news here. Inflation did rise 2.4% in January, but that increase was actually lower than many experts anticipated. And inside that report, a silver lining. In some major categories, prices actually going down. That includes good news at the pump. Gas fell 3.2% last month. The average price per gallon was about $2.87 in October. That's according to Gas Buddy. That drops down to $2.74 in January. And more good news here for drivers. Used cars and trucks fell nearly 2% in January. Car insurance also down about 0.5% as well, Gio.
Okay, some good headlines there, but Olivia, not everything in this report is positive. So where do we see some of those other rising costs?
Yes, certainly. Well, there's not good news everywhere. There was a mixed bag for their wallet, including at the grocery store, where food was up nearly 3% since last year. That includes ground beef up a whopping 17% since last year. Bananas about 5% up, and coffee more than 18% too. And there's also not great news for electricity costs, a huge issue in some recent state elections. Those were up as well, more than 6% last year, Janae.
Yeah, that electricity and coffee has certainly been up. Olivia, thank you. It's Black History Month, and this morning we're telling the story of a beloved HBCU tradition and how one woman brought it back after more than 40 years. It was the end of an era in 1978 when the Orange Blossom Classic football game, once considered the de facto Black National Championship of HBCU sports, hosted its final game.
And touchdown, Trevante Davis.
That is until September of 2021, when one woman's mission to bring back this tentpole event in HBCU culture succeeded.
This is not the original classic, it's the revival, and now there's something new for all generations.
Kendra Bullock is the driving force behind that revival, making her the first Black woman to own an HBCU sports property. The annual event, the subject of nostalgic stories from her father.
He kind of, just lit that spark. Always talked about the Marching 100 and FAMU and the Orange Blossom Classic and the parade. And so that really, really started my excitement around this game.
The Classic, a meaningful display of HBCU excellence for the South Florida community.
I have a background in educational services, and one of the football players that was in one of my programs, he said, if I don't get a scholarship to go to the University of Miami, I'm probably going to work on the docks. But there are so many options outside of that particular institution. So that was the motivation, number one, for wanting them to see that.
And seeing is believing. Since its return, the Classic has raised over $500,000 scholarship dollars for HBCU students.
Touchdown, Rattlers.
It needs to continue because we want to remember the history. We want to understand where we've come from so we'll know where we're going. It has to extend far beyond me.
With an eye on future generations, she's playing a long game.
When it comes to the glass ceiling, I may be one right now, but the ultimate goal is that that's not something that's even conversation worthy because there are so many of us. And that's really where, I want to see this go. I want people to know that it is possible.
It is possible. It's such a great tradition. Yeah.
All right. The New York Toy Fair, the largest one in the Western Hemisphere, is happening this weekend. And we have a sneak peek here for you of some of the brand new toys from Disney. Will Gans is here to share some of that. You have some friends, Cosmo.
I did.
And Charlie.
Yes, and Charlie. So these are all toys that are from upcoming Disney shows, films. And these toys don't come out for several months, many of them. So I said, who can I bring in as VIPs to test the toys before the rest of America? And that's where Cosmo and Charlie came in. All right, so let's start, how about right here with an exclusive reveal for some Junior Marvel fans.
You like this one?
Yeah. First up, this is an exciting look at Marvel's Spidey and his amazing friends Rescue Web's Web Quarters playset from Hasbro, which doesn't come out until the summer, along with the rest of the Rescue Web's toy line. This is inspired by Disney Junior's hit series Spidey and His Amazing Friends, currently streaming on Disney+. The playset features lights and sounds. You might have heard some of them during Greg's weather hits. It also has a Spidey and Tracy Bot action figure, character-inspired accessories, and a swinging fire pole and vehicle ramps. Cosmo, I gotta ask, what is your favorite thing about this toy?
That it shoots.
It shoots. It's got a little launcher on the car. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, this toy.
That's so fun. Thank you, Cosmo. Why don't we go to a galaxy far, far away? We got another GMA exclusive here.
That's exactly right. The galactic enemies don't stand a chance with the Star Wars, the Mandalorian, and Grogu Bounty Blaster from Hasbro. This action-packed action figure features a molded-on Grogu, a blaster accessory, and epic sound effects. These were very fun to play with, I'll be honest with you guys. Boom, boom, boom. The Mandalorian's jetpack activates movements and sounds, as you can hear, bringing their favorite bounty hunter adventures to life. Available this spring at most major retailers.
And obviously, Grogu is a popular guy.
You know he is, Gio. Another exciting Star Wars launch, the Star Wars Action Buddy Grogu, an interactive toy designed for both playtime and cuddle time with more than 50 sound effects and movement combinations. This Grogu reacts to touch with head movements, blinking
that
eyes,
is cool.
adorable sounds that fans will love. The plush animatronic body makes for a perfect action-packed adventure during the day and cozy snuggles at night. Available for pre-order at participating retailers right now.
My nephew is going to love this because now this is another GMA exclusive, getting the Lego treatment.
Exactly, and this is where Charlie comes in. So Charlie is a Lego guy. This has over 1,000 pieces. How long did you say something like this would take you to assemble?
Maybe like a day, 2 days.
A day?
Without homework.
No homework.
Okay, good.
No
All
homework.
right.
Yeah, show us how it moves while I tell everyone about it. The force is strong with this Lego Star Wars Grogu building set as seen in the upcoming movie Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu. You can move the lever to turn his head, reattach his arms in different ways and adjust his mouth, ears, hands, and fingers. Capture the look of Grogu's armor and build his satchel with a blue cookie accessory inside. Place a cookie in his hand. This toy building kit makes a super gift for any Star Wars fan, ages 10 years old and up, which Charlie fits the bill for. Available for pre-sale right
Good job,
now.
Charlie. All right.
And
Moana.
Yeah, you see the line where the sky meets the sea?
Yeah.
It calls me. Moana is sailing her way back into theaters this summer, so is this next toy, which is likely to be a hit. Mattel's Disney Moana Ocean Shell reveal brings island-inspired play just in time for excitement around live-action Moana, only in theaters July 10th. Each Ocean Shell features mystery characters, colorful moldable sand, and surprise accessories. Kids can use the shell base to mold and build islands to display their characters and accessories. 4 character sets available, including 2 different Moana dolls, Moana's little sister, Hey Hey, the pig, everybody's
All
right
of it.
there.
We're out of time, but real quick, this
More
is Toy Story.
favorites, yes. Woody and Jessie action figures. These, of course, around Toy Story 5, which is out this year. Can't wait to play with these this summer with all of our loved ones.
All right.
Yeah.
You crushed it. Thank you so much. Charlie, Cosmo, thank you again.
Crushed it.
All right, Gio, we've got deals and steals here, and Tori Johnson is with me. We're getting into the Valentine's Day spirit. Tori, what do we have here?
Treating yourself.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're doing this because this machine's called the Big Shot.
Yeah,
so
okay.
We brought in the big guns
Step
for
right
this.
up.
Okay, so this is all about crafting products.
Yeah.
You don't need any level of expertise to be able to do this. They comes with all of these dyes and special papers to be able
that's
to
easy
use.
enough, right?
It's very easy to use. If we pop this out of here and then we see this small sheet of blank paper turned into this beautiful embossed design
so cool.
on here.
That's what these are here too.
Yes, don't they look so good?
Yeah.
So that you can make cards, invites, home decor. You can do scrapbooking, journals. Just make all kinds of really beautiful products. We've got the machine by itself. We've got starter kits. We've got a big variety of accessories, and all of it today is 50% off.
Love that. Half
Love
off.
it.
Rock
Exactly.
and roll.
All right, Shaper Mint. We've got a really nice collection of shapewear that's about all-day smoothing and comfort without the restriction of wires. This one right here is going to smooth the tummy, the back, the sides, kind of gets you in all the right places. We've got a big assortment of both tops and bottoms, and it's all up to 66% savings from Shaper Mint.
66%. Okay,
We like that.
excellent.
We like
Good
that
gift
number.
ideas too.
All right, how about some skincare from Kate Somerville? Kate Somerville's back with us, and we've got a big variety of options depending on the specific types of skin concerns. One of the things they're very well known for is treating skin that has changes because of hormones or seasons, so we've got the whole acne collection. We also have their best-selling Exfoliate, it's called.
Exfoliate,
Get
got
it?
it. Yes.
Get it? This is a phenomenal exfoliator. We also have their super popular Eradicate, and that's all about taking away the stuff that we
Love
don't
the
want.
names.
The names are phenomenal. The products are even better. The overnight peel is fabulous too. Everything from the collection, depending on your skin types and concerns, 50% off.
All right, like you said, with the seasonal changes, the
Yes.
cold weather and all that.
Exactly.
Very big help.
Okay, how about a little bling wristlet for your phone? Kind of an easy way to be able to carry your
That's what I'm
phone.
talking about.
There you go. There you go. So who needs Janae when I got you here
Right?
to be able to do this?
Little razzle dazzle.
Razzle dazzle.
Mhm.
So we've got everything from wristlets to crossbody straps. And what I love about these is as long as you have your own phone case, no matter the type of
Yep.
phone case, it comes with this little card right here that allows you to
that's
slip
cool.
it into your case, and it's going to fit with
Yeah.
every single phone type and case, so that you can get the crossbody action, the wristlet action. Everything from Save the Girls is slashed in half.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, flatties. These are truly flat candles.
Oh.
So it comes just like this in a
Yeah.
little base here. It's scentless. It's a beautiful piece of art that you have on a canvas of a candle. So we've got both the flat ones like this, and then we've got lots of their new round, and we've got
I love
the
these
3
coastal
width.
pieces
Aren't
here.
they
That's
beautiful?
really cool.
So we've got so many different patterns. Like, these are fabulous.
Yeah.
We've got fun Eastern patterns, florals, birthdays. Just, it adds a little art in a simple little way, and these are $10 to $20, all 50% off.
Beautiful. Set the mood for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't love a little candle?
Yeah.
And then finally, Steam and Go.
Yep.
This one right here, this is the 10-in-1. So this is going to allow you to either use it on the floor in a variety of places, or you can detach this, use it separately, getting into furniture, upholstery, kitchen, bathroom. We also have the handheld steamer. Then this one right here, the iron and steamer. This is everything
It's
all
got
in one.
everything. Yeah, the whole thing.
Huge
whole deal.
assortment, the huge assortment, exactly. No excuse for wrinkles because it's all at least 50% off.
All right, excellent, Tori. Appreciate you. And of course, we partner with all these companies. You can get these great products at gmadeals.com. We'll be back.
And I give you the rest of me too. You're the perfect man for me. I love you, I do.
So good. That is Jennifer Hudson in the 2006 movie Dreamgirls. She won an Academy Award for that role.
And now the EGOT winner, that is Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony, she has them all, has joined the producing team for the Broadway revival of the Tony Award-winning musical, which returns to New York this fall.
good.
Yes, this will be her 3rd Broadway producing credit. Incredible for Jennifer Hudson.
Amazing.
Here's a look at some of the other top headlines that we're following right now. 3 people have died in a large avalanche in the French Alps. They were part of a group of 5 skiing with a professional guide. The avalanche risk in the region remains high.
Patriot star wide receiver Stephon Diggs arraigned on Friday in Massachusetts in a court on charges that he assaulted his personal chef. He remains free on personal recognizance and was ordered to stay away from the alleged victim. Diggs entered a not guilty plea on the charges.
A hidden chapter of history that was quietly waiting in plain sight has just been uncovered in Manhattan. Historians believe a hidden area in a closet wall at the Merchant House Museum in the East Village of Manhattan was part of the Underground Railroad. The museum confirming that the owner and builder, Joseph Brewster, was an abolitionist, apparently building the space to help slaves escaping to freedom. Truly incredible to see that right there.
Yeah.
All right, we are delighted here to welcome best-selling author, Jesuit priest, and ABC News contributor, Father James Martin. He's written a new memoir, and it's got the best title in the world, Work in Progress, Confessions of a Busboy, Dishwasher, Caddy, Usher, Factory Worker, Bank Teller, Corporate Tool, and Priest. Welcome to GMA.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here.
Well,
Thank you.
especially because the book just hit the New York Times bestseller list. How do you feel?
Congratulations.
I'm delighted. I've been really surprised at the reaction to the book. I think a lot of people who grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s kind of see themselves in the story.
Well, and even if you didn't grow up then, I'm learning so much from it. I love it, absolutely love it. At first, this is not the book you planned to write.
Yeah, I started to write a book just on funny summer jobs, and my publisher said, I think people will want more from you, and you can talk a little bit more about your jobs after college and then what happened to help you enter the Jesuits and become a priest. So it's kind of a sort of finding work and finding God.
And speaking of that work, you talked about how you were poorly treated as a busboy. Why was that job so impactful for you?
Well, just because of that, you know, I was treated poorly by some patrons, not all of them. And I think when you're treated poorly in those service jobs, you say, I'm never going to treat someone like that in my life, you know, when I grow up or ever. So I think it's an effective sort of preventing you from being mean, basically.
And they were mean.
Yeah, they were pretty mean, yeah. I mean, when you're a 15-year-old busboy in suburban Philadelphia with a kind of stained smock on, you don't get a lot of respect.
Well, you know, we showed what the cover of the book looks like just a second ago. One of your books was sitting on Gio's desk in his office last week, and I saw it and was so struck by it because it's a beautiful cover. The book absolutely is. And inspiration for this memoir came from your childhood journal. You have two of them here with you from when you were 15, you said?
Yes, 15. Not too many 15-year-old boys are keeping journals, but when my mom moved out...
More of them should be.
Feel free. When my mom moved out of her house, we found these journals, and let me just say they're great resources, and it's quite something to meet yourself unmediated. You know, we all have ideas of what we were like at 15, but you know, this is like
that
the
can
real
be
thing.
scary for a lot of people to go back into that version of yourself.
Yeah, it was kind of scary for me, too. I mean, you see yourself, you know, without any frills. And, you know, it was helpful for me to kind of look back and kind of check and see what was really happening back then.
Your handwriting was good.
I feel it's too private for me to open, and he's like,
I'm like, what's it say, 1976?
Well, there are journal entries in the book, and so much of it is laugh out loud funny. So my question is, what role do you think humor can or should play in our spiritual lives?
I think it should play a big part. We have to remember that Jesus himself was fully human, we say, and fully divine, which meant he had a fully human sense of humor. And I think it's just good to kind of laugh at yourself, which is what I try to do in the book, too, to kind of not take yourself too seriously.
What is the spiritual message behind this book?
I think that God is at work in everybody's life, whether you're a busboy, a newscaster, or even a Jesuit priest. God can be at work in everyone's life.
You know, one of the things you have so many lessons that are weaved in with, and I posted one of them. You were talking about comparison, and there's a special comparison sort of ideology that you have within the Jesuit community.
Yeah, we say compare and despair. So when you compare yourself to someone else's life, we might think, oh, that person's life is perfect, you know, like the Instagram version of the life. Whereas, you know, your life is kind of a mixed bag, and so you're always going to lose out. So never compare or you'll despair. Compare and despair.
Is that the screenshot you sent me the other day?
That is.
It was from his book?
From his book.
Wow.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing
Reminding
that.
us all that we're all a mixed bag, right? There's the good and the bad, all of us.
Yes. Your parents, they encouraged you to start working by the age of 13. What was their message to you?
Work hard. We weren't rich and we weren't poor, but, you know, work hard to get ahead. And, you know, if you want to spend money on albums and movies and stuff like that, go earn it.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty blunt.
You talk about all the different life lessons in this book. Is there one that you think is important for people to really focus on and take away?
Yeah, I think be kind. Right? Be kind to everybody, not just people in service jobs or people that are not as well off as you are, but just be kind to everybody. That's the lesson I learned through all these summer jobs.
The last time we spoke, you had just spoken to Pope Leo. Have you heard from him since this book came out? Does he have a copy maybe there in the Vatican with him?
Not since the book came out, but I think I'll send him a copy.
All right. With a little note.
Yeah.
Maybe some of your journals, maybe not. Father James,
great to see
thank you so much, my friend. And Work in Progress is available right now in bookstores nationwide.
And coming up right here, 1 year ago, this couple got married live on GMA right there. And this morning, we're going to check in with them on their Valentine's Day anniversary. Stay with us. Welcome back. This morning, we are celebrating Valentine's Day with one special couple married right here on GMA exactly 1 year ago. And Morgan Norwood has that story. Quite the anniversary.
It was, guys. I remember that day. Gio, you were also there for one of the most unforgettable Valentine's Day moments that we've ever seen. A Times Square photo shoot turning into a live proposal, then a wedding right here on GMA. Now, 1 year later, that viral I Do has become a new single, proving that some love stories don't just fade to black, they get a soundtrack.
Justina Giles. Will you marry me?
Moments after popping the question.
And now, by the power vested in me by the state of New York and Good Morning America,
Daniel Alexander married Chesita Giles live on national television. It was Valentine's Day 2025.
People say they have out-of-body experiences. I think that is what I was feeling. I still can't believe that happened to me.
The couple, who perform in a band called Black From Home, now have memorialized that feeling in song.
You look like a celebrity, a model in a magazine. Picture perfect memories. Let's get married on TV.
Married on TV is the first song from their upcoming debut album.
When we share our story now, people see like this story of love.
Relationships end every day, but me and you on replay. We should get married on Valentine's Day. Some flowers and roses in my bridal bouquet. Don't care if the world is watching, it's me and you on the stage.
Daniel knew that the surprise wedding would be a dream come true for his adventure-loving fiancée. But Daniel wasn't in on one last surprise that life-changing morning.
You are going to the Cayman Islands.
We loved adventures and trying new things, so I think we did just about everything we could. We explored caves, we rode bikes, we swam with stingrays.
The way that we've gotten closer, it's been really beautiful. When you have someone who loves you in your life, you kind of start to blossom in a sense. So I think this year has been like that for me.
And 1 year later, Daniel still remembers his jitters that morning. He had told Chesita they were doing a photo shoot in Times Square.
She like hugged me really, really tight, and I had the ring in my pocket. So I was like, oh man, she's gonna feel the box. I was just anxious that something was gonna go wrong.
I stepped through the door and there's just like, there's someone's playing the harp and there's flowers everywhere and our names are on the wall.
It really was a perfect wedding in my eyes. I mean, I don't know if I could have wrangled Montel Jordan to come out and perform at my wedding.
This is how we do it.
I wanted to do this for her more than anything.
I genuinely hope everyone has an opportunity to find their person because, you know, the world can be kind of scary and it's a lot less scary with someone that you trust and having someone to have your back. If you would have told me when I was a little girl that I would get married on TV, I would never ever believe you. So it just kind of makes me feel that anything can happen.
What a dream. I mean, can GMA like throw a wedding or what? We do a pretty good job. We should get into the business. As for the couple, how they're celebrating their Valentine's Day anniversary, the aspiring musicians are releasing their first album with Married on TV as the lead track. They also plan to enjoy one last slice of their wedding cake that they froze for this 1 year anniversary.
Oh, that's amazing.
You know, I didn't try the wedding cake.
No, you didn't try the cake? Well, they still got some.
I still got some.
I just thought it was like we got a harp player, Montel Jordan. Yeah, this is how we do it on GMA.
Is
that a remix?
Funky music. We are with it. All right, we are back now with Will Gans at ABC Secret Savings with everything you need to have a great hair day. So what do we have, Will?
Okay, you have a great hair day every day, so we're just trying to keep up with Janae here. That's the name of the game. All right, let's start by stimulating hair growth with this laser comb. It uses 2 types of therapeutic laser light to target both scalp and hair simultaneously. The patented hair parting teeth maximize the delivery of 18 medical grade lasers directly to your hair follicles. Do you feel it?
I do.
Yeah. All you need is simple 8-minute treatments 3 times a week to increase density and fullness, improve overall hair health.
So
Today,
interesting.
you'll save 35% plus
Free shipping
from Hair Max with our deal.
Worth a try.
All right. Silken.
These look like great tools.
Yes, and this is like a favorite of our hair and makeup teams upstairs. So what you're gonna do with Silken is style with innovative tools. The Silky Air Pro dries and styles using high power and low heat, resulting in silky, frizz-free hair with way less damage than traditional dryers. We also have the straight infrared hair straightener, which features flexible floating titanium plates with 12 temperature settings to accommodate every type of hair and style, all in less time than normal straighteners would.
Different
Both tools,
attachments.
yes, let you style like a pro while protecting your hair at the same time. You'll save at least 25% today, plus free shipping. All right. After your 20s, get this. After your 20s, your scalp's
You said
roots.
get
Get
this.
this, I know. Brace yourself, America. Your scalp's root system begins to weaken as elastin production slows, leaving your hair thinner, weaker, more prone to shedding and loss. Enter Nulastin, whose proprietary Elastiplex technology helps nurture the root so strands stay beautifully anchored. Designed to be used as a system, the Vibrant Scalp Scrub, shampoo and conditioner, and scalp treatment for fuller, healthier looking hair. Takes about 2 months of consistent use for visible results. That's nothing.
Yeah.
We also have their popular lash and brow serums. Everything 40 to 50% off today on our site.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes.
What's this stuff?
All right, this is for getting thicker, fuller hair in a flash with scalp foundation. It's like foundation for your face, but for your scalp, okay? Instantly give the appearance of thicker and fuller hair or even out your hairline. Quickly cover grays in between color appointments. It's infused with hair and scalp loving active ingredients. It's lightweight, buildable, coverage, all of it. It blends seamlessly with your hair. It's waterproof and sweatproof.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, which is fabulous. Until you shampoo it away. You can choose from 9 shades and save more than 40% right now.
Okay.
Love that.
And this is just good
This
stuff.
is just good stuff.
good.
From your lips to God's ears.
There
All
you
right,
go.
take care of your hair even while you sleep. Knight's satin pillowcase has a friction-free, non-absorbent surface for healthy, hydrated skin and frizz-free hair. The 2-in-1 cap has a waterproof exterior to protect styles in the shower and a silky satin lining to maintain optimal moisture while you sleep. The satin scrunchies are great for gentle styling, plus gentle, quick-dry hair towels to beat the frizz. Today you'll save at least 50% off from Knight.
With this blowout, I made sure to grab one of those scrunchies
As
to take with
you
me. So
should.
gotta be
As you
prepared.
should.
Well, thank you so much. And you have even more for us.
That's exactly right. Thanks to these great brands and nearly 24 more that are live right now on ABC Secret Savings, our special in February. Y'all had a lot of fun filming that. We've got delicious banana bread cake mix from Go Nanas, beautiful dishes to put your favorite foods on from the Great Plate. Check them out and much more at ABC Secret
And that
Savings.
Go Nanas breakfast, banana bread is so good. And we have partnered with these companies on these huge savings. You can get them by scanning that QR code right there on your screen or go to abcsecretsavings.com. Before we say goodbye on this Valentine's Day, we are celebrating the love with a heartfelt congratulations to our showrunner, Ari. Look at these gorgeous pictures. She and her husband, Blaine, tied the knot last weekend, February 7th in Mexico. We are sending all of our love and the very best to Ari.
Congratulations. Beautiful. And we miss you too, Ari, by the way. Come back soon. Have a great day, everybody.